everyone, and I welcome all of you to the community. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about the do's and don'ts of a very important round for your selection process, which is your personal interview. So when it comes to personal interview, be it this, be it any other college or any other business school, it's extremely important because that is the final bridge between you and your dream institute. So come, let's see. So I'll start with the do's. So the first do is that you need to prepare in advance. So a lot of people take this lightly. Well, maximum aspirants who target good business schools, they invest almost 8 months to 1 year for the preparation of the entrance exam. But if I ask them how much time have you invested in preparation for your selection process, well, it's close to nil. So number one is do not take your selection process preparation lightly and start preparing in advance. Prepare for the most frequently asked questions like tell me something about yourself, or why do you want to do this course. Number two, find out everything about the institute. So that is your target, right? So whatever you are or wherever you want to go, it's very important that you study that completely and know everything about it end to end. Number three, about career opportunities relevant to the field. Now, a lot of aspirants, what they do is they find out everything about what happens in the business school or what they teach, but they don't know what is their career prospect post completion of that course, which shows that you are somewhat myopic or short sighted in terms of your career. So सिर्फ स्कूल ब्रांड नेम को देखकर अट्रैक्ट मत हो या एक कोई ट्रेंडिंग कोर्स को लेकर अट्रैक्ट मत हो, बट उसके बाद क्या बनना है उस चीज़ को लेके क्लियर रहो. Number two, prepare your application form well. That does not mean working on your application form. Whenever you're filling up an application form, जैसे टिस के केस में डिटेल एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म होता है या एसओपी होता है या दूसरे कॉलेजेस के लिए भी एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म्स होते हैं, मेक श्योर यू सेव अ कॉपी एंड कीप इट. When you save the copy, you should underline each and every part of it and you should form short questions out of it, and then you should prepare answers so that you know everything about what you have written and already submitted to them. Evidence to activities or certifications mentioned. So, for example, you say that you're a blogger or you're a photographer and you have a great Instagram account or you have exhibited at some gallery. So, make sure you have some kind of evidence like printouts or on your phone or your desktop in case it's an online interview, ready to show it to them, or provide interactive links to them whenever possible. They might ask you, so definitely keep them handy. Number three is divide into technical and generic questions while preparing for both. So whenever you're preparing for your interview, make sure that you divide it into two major types of questions. One is technical and the other is generic. So basic questions from your undergraduate stream is very important. So for example, you have done say a bachelor's of commerce or BCom honors or BBA. So basic questions related to accountancy, related to taxation, related to marketing, all this you should know. Prepare questions related to current affairs about your undergraduate stream. So suppose you've done your graduation in finance and finance related news, you should be completely updated on them. Or if you are applying for something like healthcare or psychology, what are the new policy changes, what are the stats like, what is the healthcare budget like. So basic current affair questions you should keep learning. Basic domain related questions. Now for example, you're switching careers, that means you're moving from say dentistry to maybe MHA. So you're moving to a completely management oriented stream. Make sure that you know things or the difference between an MHA course and what is there in dentistry, since it's going to be a little different from what you have already studied. What are the different things that you're expecting to study here? So know all these differences really well because it's going to help you go a long way, especially when it comes to your personal interview. Now we come to the don'ts. So don't forget to keep your documents handy. Well, I did tell you to keep some evidence with respect to the activities that you've done, but also do not forget to keep your mark sheets, your work experience, any research paper that you've written, or sample works of blogs, digital paintings ready. So do not forget this, it's extremely important. Number two, do not dress casually. It's extremely important that you dress professionally. Your background should be neat, it should be well decorated. Maybe put up a quote or two from something that you relate. Do not match your clothes to the background. So, for example, your background has a blue curtain. Do not end up wearing a blue shirt or a blue blazer. That just it merges you and you don't stand out. So make sure you're wearing some color that breaks the monotony between the background and your clothes, and do not have a cluttered space. So maybe there's a bed in the background and it's cluttered with toys, or the bed is not made. It gives a very bad impression. So make sure everything is tidied up, because you should ideally try and avoid using virtual backgrounds if not at all possible, or it's not avoidable at all. Then do go for the virtual background. But if you're not going for virtual background, make sure it's completely tidy. Take body language tips lightly. That's one of the biggest stones. I can't tell you how important it is. So maintain continuous eye contact. Now, if you are going for an in-person interview, make sure you're maintaining eye contact with the multiple interviewers while you are talking to them. But while you are listening to them, only one of them talks at a time. So make sure you're maintaining continuous eye contact. If you're giving an online interview, then you can maintain eye contact by looking at the camera continuously. Number two is correct posture. So that means straight back, open shoulders, and at an angle that is at eye level with the camera in case you're appearing for an in-person interview. An online interview. And in case of an in-person interview, make sure you don't cross your legs and sit. You have an open body language. Open body language means you don't cross your arms, you don't cross your palms, you don't cross your legs or your knees, and you don't point continuously. You should always use open language. Like instead of saying you, why don't you say? Okay, so make sure you're always using open body language. It shows that you're open to talking, open to conversation. On that note, I end this video. I hope you found this helpful. Do let us know your doubts related to PI in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe this. All the best.